What's up, everybody? You're watching JoeBox TV, and I'm here to give you my prediction for the Gennady Golovkin-Steve Rolls fight. It's the return of Triple G. Triple G's coming off a controversial loss to Canelo Alvarez, a fight I thought he won. Most people, I'd say, thought Triple G won, but nevertheless, it was a very tough competitive fight. Now Canelo Alvarez is the man of the middleweight division. And this is going to be the first step for Golovkin to see if he can get back on track and eventually reclaim the middleweight crown. He's up against an opponent in Steve Rolls, an undefeated Canadian prospect. 19-0, 10 knockouts. Rolls is 35 years old, but again, he hasn't lost yet. He hasn't particularly faced top competition yet. He's faced some respectable opponents and beat them, but no one anywhere near the caliber of Golovkin. It's going to be interesting to see how Rolls handles this situation, how he responds to this challenge. Unsurprisingly, Golovkin is coming in as a huge favorite here. Given his stature, his reputation as an explosive knockout puncher, he went on a 23 knockout streak from 2008 to 2017, and he actually holds the record for the highest KO percentage among middleweight champions in history. Almost 9 months removed from his loss to Canelo Alvarez last September, Golovkin is switching trainers now. After being with Abel Sanchez throughout his whole career, it's going to be very interesting to see what Golovkin's new trainer, Johnathan Banks, has done for Golovkin. What changes has he made to his style? And what are we going to see in the ring tonight? Let me give you a little bit of a background on Johnathan Banks for those who might not be familiar. He spent many years under the guidance of the late legendary trainer Emanuel Steward, and Banks really embodies that Kronk Gym type of style. And what Emanuel Steward was so good at is helping fighters rebound after losses. He did it with Lennox Lewis, with Vladimir Klitschko. Emanuel Steward really was special in the way he could teach a fighter how to effectively use their height and reach, work off that jab. And although Johnathan Banks doesn't really have anywhere near the reputation of Emanuel Steward, there are certain similarities in their approach to training their fighters. After the passing of Emanuel Steward back in 2012, Johnathan Banks took over as the trainer for Vladimir Klitschko. So Johnathan Banks has been around the game for a long time, and he's learned from the best. And based on what I've seen from Golovkin's recent training videos, he really appears to be working behind that jab effectively. I see a lot of improvements in his boxing ability. He's always been an underrated boxer because of his nature as an aggressive attacker, but a lot of people don't realize the way he walks his opponent down behind that ramrod jab and sets up the attack. And I really think that Johnathan Banks could be the perfect fighter-trainer match for him. Banks may certainly be the trainer to really perfect that style from Golovkin, working behind the jab, knowing how to control range, etc. Now you may be wondering, what type of fighter is Steve Rolls? He's not a household name, but he is undefeated, and he's not to be underestimated. We saw what happened last week with Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua. This is really the chance of a lifetime for Steve Rolls to pull off another monumental upset for the sport of boxing. So, what can we expect? Well, Rolls is not a big puncher, but he is an attacker. I hadn't seen a lot of footage of him until recently, but he appears to be more of a combination puncher. Like, he'll stand back at a distance, and then when he feels the time is right, he'll he'll go on the inside and fire away with short combinations. It really seems like he thrives fighting on the inside. Now, against a fighter like Gennady Golovkin, that may not be the right approach at all. That could really get you in trouble. I certainly don't see him winning an inside fight with Gennady Golovkin. I was tempted to pick Golovkin by a second or third round knockout because I do think he's really going to want to make a statement here and score an emphatic knockout, secure that third fight with Canelo Alvarez, which looks like it very well could happen in September. But the more I think about it, I do think he's going to want to take a few rounds to really showcase what he's improved on in training under the new trainer Johnathan Banks. I think he'll want to show the public how he's developed as a boxer. I expect him to control range behind that jab, keep Rolls at bay. You may see that Rolls is going to try and take the fight to Golovkin and just fire away with short, quick flurries on the inside, but he has to get past Golovkin's jab first, and I don't think he can do that. I don't see him doing that. What makes Golovkin so dangerous is he can fight from the outside or stand and trade on the inside and take you out. So, I think you're going to see a clinic from Golovkin for the first 3 or 4 rounds. I think you're really going to see him control range with that jab and use what he's learned in training camp. You're going to really see the improvements here, I believe. And as soon as he's ready, he's going to go in for the kill. He's going to catch Rolls in the middle of an exchange because Rolls is going to want to mix it up. He's going to get caught in the process, probably dropped a couple times and stopped. Now, I know what you're thinking. Joe, you're showing your bias with that hat. Okay, I got this at the Golovkin-Gill fight at Madison Square Garden. And you gotta admit, this is a good looking hat. Come on. And I have been a fan of the guy for quite a while. I like that he's a humble guy and goes in the ring, takes care of business, and has that switch. And tonight, I think you're going to see a big drama show, in the words of Gennady Golovkin. I think 5th round knockout, and he moves on to a third fight with Canelo in September. Let me know your prediction. Is Steve Rolls going to shock the world, or are we going to see a new and improved Gennady Golovkin who takes care of business? Until next time, JoeBox TV,